I'm going to show you guys how you can sell puts to make up to $500 a day passive income. Let's dive right into it. I want to show you guys how you can find the right companies, the right stocks, volatility, which strike price to pick, and how to execute these puts and which delta you should be setting up in order to generate $500 a day. Now, if these strategies in this video confuse you, or maybe you don't quite understand the delta, the gamma, the implied volatility, and how to set these things up, I'm going to try to explain it the best I can, go through all the different details and show you guys how to get everything organized and set up and ready to execute so you can make $500 a day. But if you still need more help and don't understand it fully, but in any case, if it is all Greek to you and you're having difficulty in the market, I would love to help you. I offer one-on-one coaching, full training course, and Discord to surround yourself with like-minded people just like us so you can grow your knowledge and your financial wealth, as well as have financial freedom. If you guys are interested, you can sign up at any time at investwithcorey.com, right there on the screen, or the link is in the information box below. My students make up to 15% their first month, and by second month and third month, they're up 20 to 25% per month. I have students that started with $5,000 and now have $15,000. Look, I was bankrupt 5 years ago, couldn't afford anything. Now I can buy cars every year. I bought my mom a new car, bought a new Land Rover, bought my kids dirt bikes, bought a new Tesla. I'm getting ready to buy a new house next summer. I have the time freedom, the financial freedom. I took my kids to Disney, flying on airplanes all over the country with my kids, enjoying life. You guys can do the exact same thing. All you have to do is commit to yourself and your financial freedom. As long as you are very serious and committed, I can help you. All you have to do is sign up at investwithcorey.com or in the link in the information box below. I look forward to helping you grow your financial freedom. The first thing we need to do is pick stocks that we want to sell puts on. We need to pick stocks that have good implied volatility, which typically happens around earnings, big news catalysts, or companies that are just generally volatile. And this would be like Tesla, Netflix, Meta, Google. Apple is not that good because they're a dividend stock. They're not as volatile. I really like to sell puts on Tesla and Meta and Netflix. Those are the big three. Google's still pretty decent, but it's not as good as Meta or Tesla. It just isn't. Even Netflix isn't quite as good as Meta or Tesla based on, the stock price. So let's dive right in. Let me show you guys how to select an entry point and a delta implied volatility to sell the puts and which strike price to pick. I'm going to show you guys some examples on a couple of different stocks and an ETF and how you can generate passive income, $500 a day, selling puts. First and foremost, let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla's a great company in the long run. So if we get assigned on these puts, we can just hold, and a few weeks later or sooner, whenever it may happen, we can sell covered calls or exit the stock. And look at this graph and see fundamentally that Tesla really sit between $170 to $180 up to about $200. So really the $200 range has a lot of resistance because of here, right there, everywhere. So 200 is a very solid point for Tesla right now. Now what we're going to do is open up the Bollinger Bands, because the Bollinger Bands are going to show us 96.1% accuracy on the top and bottom on the daily chart. So we can see the bottom Bollinger Band is $190.51. Tesla has less than 4% chance of falling below that. So a $200 put right about here would be more like 80%, 75 to 80%. So it's not as safe, but it's more juicy premium. And if Tesla was to fall to 190 or 195, let's say, we're only out $5 per share, but we're going to collect about $3 per share on the put or more. I'm going to show you, which means we're not out very much. And then once we sell a covered call at 205 and the stock goes back up to 200 or 204 or even 203, we've made all our money back and don't even have to sell the share. But this video is going to focus more on selling puts. If we get assigned, then we're just going to wait for the stock to recover while selling covered calls to exit, which kind of turns into the wheel strategy. But ultimately, we're going to pick a strike that's a little less likely to get assigned. This way, we don't have to worry about it. We can just collect the premium. But it's always good to have a backup plan on how to exit. So realistically here, 190 is the bottom. I want to go 200. We can sell a couple at 200 and the rest at 195. So really 195 is very safe. I would do that. Let's go over to Tesla. We are going to select sell put. So it's going to be a little juicier when you actually get a full week. So there's Labor Day tomorrow. So we're only really setting this up for 4 days instead of 5. So it's not a full week, and it would have been better to have done this on Friday. So if we look at the $200 put, this is only going to give us $86 premium, which is not very much. And it's because of the extra day. So realistically, this week, we want to stick around a 30 delta, which is about $2 207.50. So we're going to sell a 207.50 or 205. We'll do like a 207.50. If we sell 10 of these contracts, it's going to generate $2,200 in a week, which if we divide 2260 divided by 5, we make $452 a day. So there we have it. 2:30 opening bell. We sell 10 of these contracts. This is $500 a day passive income. So we collect the $2,300, and at the end of the week, it's ours. This is very good income. Now, if we were to go out 2 weeks, we could actually go a little bit lower, and we would need about $500 roughly, which we could get if we were to sell a 205 almost, like a 207. It's relatively the same. So we'll go to 205. This is perfect. This gives us 345. This will be erase that. I'm just going to go back to 1 week so we can erase that. If we were to play this a little bit safer and sell the 205, which is definitely safer, we would sell 10 of those contracts. We would sell them at $1.70. We'd try to get filled as the price maybe comes down. That's $1,700. $1,700 divided by 4 actually, because Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, there's only 4 days. This is still $425 a day. So this is a very good strategy. This is $7,000 a month passive income on Tesla. Let's go over and look at Meta. We really want to be staying in the 20 to 30 delta with Meta on the chart. I'll show you guys. The Bollinger Band says 487. So we can get away with selling 490 puts, maybe 495, maybe even 500, because if we go to the chart, we see that even at 490, the price has spent most of its time above. 500 is fairly aggressive. 495 is fairly safe. 490 is pretty safe. 487 and 485 is even safer. We go to the 4-hour chart, we can see that really there's a lot of support at 480. And decent support at 490, actually pretty good support at 490. So 490 to 495 is fairly safe. I would say 490 is safer, but we don't mind going a little more aggressive to maybe 495. But let's see, going out 4 days, 495 is $66, which is not that good, but it is very safe. We need to really look at this chart and understand going out a week that Meta hasn't moved a lot over the last 3 weeks. It has not been below 503 or 505 in 3 weeks. It spent most of August above 517. So 500 or 505 would actually be pretty decent. So we would look at maybe 507 is $194. Remember, this is only a four-day week because we go out 12 days, which is almost 2 weeks out. We sold a $510. It's $1,000 a month, which is really not the greatest because you lose when you sell multiple weeks. So what we're going to do is we are going to go on a 505 or a 510, preferably 510. This is only a 23 delta, and we can sell this every week. We could probably get away with selling this 10 of these contracts, $2.50. This right here is $500 a day, $10,000 a month. We could probably sell a 507 or a 505, but it requires more capital. So what we're realistically looking at is you'd need about $500,000 to make 500 a day on Meta, but you'd only need about $200,000 to make 500 a day on Tesla. Tesla's got a lot of volatility. So if we go back here to the options chain, you'll see Meta's got a 28% implied volatility, which is not very good. However, Tesla's implied volatility is about 52%. So you can see why Tesla is better. With 200K, you can bring in up to $10,000 a month very passively. You could play this more aggressive, but when you get assigned, if it happens, you would have to be in the wheel strategy mindset to start selling covered calls and exit or dollar cost average, sell more puts as the stock falls down, because you're also not only just dollar cost averaging, you're collecting premium along the way, which is lowering your cost even more. Dollar cost average, continue to sell puts as the stock drops, and then as the stock recovers and works its way up, start selling covered calls above your entry to exit and make extra profits. Now, again, that is the wheel strategy, but again, that is how you handle that kind of a situation. But by selling puts between 20 and 30 delta on Tesla, it's unlikely you'll get assigned. Once in a while, it will happen, which is why I told you about how I handle the exiting. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at SPY. SPY is daily options. We can sell puts daily. This will be Tuesday, opening up on Tuesday. SPY is at 563. We're going to go ahead and look at SPY, and it tracks Apple and a lot of other big stocks. So we're going to look at SPY. It's pretty much been above 555 the whole time. So going out a week, I would be confident selling 555, 557 puts. Daily, maybe 560 because you need the premium, but we're going to see the bottom is 556 if we're going out a week, that is. But if we're going out daily, it's probably even less. So what we're going to do is we are going to look at SPY, and daily, I would be confident that 560 would be good. So I would sell 560s on SPY. This is a 20 delta. It's very safe. You could get away with 561 if you wanted to play more aggressive, and we could get about $70 a day on this roughly. Yeah, we could make about $500 a day on 7 contracts, or we could sell maybe 6 contracts. But again, it's about $300,000 to generate this. But if you have a $200,000 or $300,000 account between SPY and Tesla, you can make $500 a day quite easily. And what we could also do is go out an entire week, September 6th, and we would sell puts at $560, or we could do $562 because SPY doesn't pull back very much. So we could really realistically get away with 561 or 562. And like I said, we get assigned, we would just wait for recovery and exit. But 561, 562 would be very good. So what I would recommend is you would sell about 5 of these contracts, maybe 7. This would generate about $450 to $500 a day. Again, you're going to need between $200,000 and $400,000 capital to make $500 a day in a safe strategy like this. This is very safe, and selling these puts at a 20 delta, you're only going to get assigned 10% of the time. So in a year, you might spend 1 or 2 months out of the entire year getting assigned. You'll just sell covered calls, dollar cost average, run the wheel, get out, and then do it all over again. The SPY never really trends down. A trend is when a stock is going in an up or a down direction or consolidating consistently over the course of several months or maybe even closer to a year. But it's not a trend if a stock pulls back for a couple of weeks, then recovers and then continues climbing up. That's a pullback. The SPY doesn't have any downtrends really. It's always trending up with pullbacks. Some are bigger than others. This is the perfect opportunity to run this strategy on. Selling puts on SPY is almost a guarantee because even if you get assigned a couple of times a year, the stock's just going to recover in a couple of weeks or a month. You're going to sell calls and exit for more profits. I've done this for several years on SPY and Tesla, and by the time we get to the end of the year, I average out all of my profits for the year and then divide that by a daily amount to see what I've made on the daily, and it averages between 400 and 500 a day. Now, like I said, some months are going to be really good, others are going to be subpar, and others are going to be average, but at the end of the year, it's going to average out to be around $400 to $500 a day. If you have $200,000, Tesla is the stock to run this on because of volatility and the share price. If you run it on Meta or you run it on SPY, you're going to need a little bit more capital. But if you are in a retirement position and you have a few $100,000 in your 401k, or you have an IRA with a few $100,000, but you don't know how to trade or where to even begin, this is a great strategy to generate up to $500 a day. But if you're asking me, Corey, I got a small account, what am I going to do with a small account? Well, let me show you what you can do with a small account. Let's say $50,000 or $100,000. You can still generate a lot of juicy premiums and profits. If this is confusing you, Vega, implied volatility, gamma, delta, selling puts, the technical analysis that I'm showing you, and you're confused, maybe you're a beginner, maybe you've been trading a while, losing money, and you just don't get it. Well, I'm here to help you, fam. If you're serious about your financial freedom, financial health, I would love to help you. I offer one-on-one coaching, full Discord, and training course to surround yourself with like-minded people just like us so you can learn, flourish, and grow your financial freedom. I would love to help you. You guys can sign up at any time at investwithcorey.com right there on the screen or in the information box below. I will put the link. My students are up 15% in their first month on average and up to 20 to 25% in their second and third month. I have students that have $100,000 portfolios that make $20,000 a month, and other students that only have $5,000 portfolios, they're making $2,000 to $3,000 a month, which is a 30 to 40 and even 50% return every single month. If this interests you and you take this very seriously and you're committed to your financial growth and ultimately financial freedom, I would love to help you, fam. Sign up at investwithcorey.com. Link will be in the information box below. I would love to help you. Spots are limited. I cannot accept everyone. So the sooner you commit to yourself and head over to the website, the sooner I can help you achieve your goals. Let's say I have a smaller account. We're going to sell 2 contracts at say 51. We'll try to get filled at the max here. This is $100 a day. So on $100,000, you can make $100 a day, which is $500 a week. You can make $2,000 a month quite easily on $100,000. In fact, this is very safe. If we were to sell a 561, we could get about $70 a contract, and we do 2 contracts a day, $140 a day on $100,000. We do $140 a day times 4. This is a pretty safe, pretty close to $3,000 a month. This 3% return every single month. Some days you might play more aggressive and sell a 562, which which we're going to go by delta, which is 34, a little aggressive. But if you were to do that, you could sell 2 of these a day and you could generate $194 a day, which is $970 a week times 4 weeks. This is almost $4,000 a month. It's a 4% return. If we were to go to Tesla and do the same thing, you'd make a little bit more juicy premium. We would sell a 205 put roughly on Tesla, maybe even a 207 put. But if we want to be a little more aggressive, we're going to sell a 207.50. You have $100,000. So we'll sell 5 of these contracts. You don't put all your money in one stock, by the way. This is just an example. So you could put like 20% in Tesla, 20% in SPY. You could really just like divvy it up, but it's hard to do that with only 100K. So we're just going to go on one stock to show you how much you can generate weekly. This is going to generate roughly $230 a contract at 5 contracts. This is going to be about $11.50 a week. So on $100,000, you can generate about $11.50 a week, and you're going to times this by 4. This is about a $4,600 a month. This is almost a 5% return consistently. So if you balance between Tesla, 2 contracts on Tesla, 1 contract on SPY, and balance everything out, you can generate between $3,000 and $5,000 a month passively, very passively. You set it on Monday, you keep an eye on it maybe on a Wednesday, and you forget it. Friday, you close them out or let them expire. This is a very simple process where you're only going to spend maybe 6 days a month looking at your portfolio. Pretty much once a week to open for 30 minutes and once a week to close for 30 minutes. An hour a week, $3,000 to $5,000 a month, passive income. This is going to generate a $60,000 return per year on $100,000. This is upwards of 50 to 70% per year. Compounding your wealth is also the key, because in 3 to 5 years down the road, you'll have $300,000 or $400,000, because remember, 50% of 100,000 is 50, but 50% of 160,000 is 80. So your first year you make 50 or 60K, your second year you make 80 or 90K, your third year you make 100, 120K. It's compounding your wealth. And as long as you're adapting with the market using technicals, fundamentals, financials, using delta, gamma, as well as implied volatility, which is Vega, and understanding which stocks you're selling puts on, and you understand the sentiment of the market and the direction of the market, you can use puts in a bullish or bearish scenario. If the stock's pulling back and you think it's ready to hit a floor at 205, sell a 205 put, and then the rest of the week the stock's going up, moving away, and you're printing all that free premium. You can buy it back for an 80% profit, sometimes 90% in the first day or 2 of the week. Understanding all of these key fundamentals will help you become a better trader and investor. But ultimately, you can make up to $5,000 a month on $100,000 quite easily and passively. The strategies that I showed you guys in this video are extremely safe, which is why they require a lot of extra capital, because we're selling puts on good companies at a good delta with a good premium. You can make a lot of money on different strategies, which I'll have in upcoming videos, but ultimately, this is a lot safer of a strategy. This is a 5% return per month, not even having to babysit, watch your stocks. When you are running more risky strategies that have a 10% or a 20% per month return, this is going to require you to constantly babysit, stress out, day trade, intraday trade, weekly trade. This will get you into a position of stress, losing money. My strategy takes big amounts of capital in a safe fashion, generating a very safe return consistently, so you can live the life that you always wanted without having to babysit your portfolio, sit at your computer, stare at charts, and trade every day. How to make money doing a lot less and be a lot safer. Safe income, good percentages, not having to babysit your stocks or work, allowing you the freedom to do what you want to do. Time freedom and location freedom is just as important as financial freedom, because let's face it, even if you had $1 million, if you were locked to your computer 24/7 and couldn't go anywhere, or you're in a jail cell, what good is $1 million? So you must have time and location freedom. My trading methods teach you how to grow your small portfolio with aggressive strategies to get to 100 or 200K. Once you get to 100 or 200K, we use the safe strategies to finally exit our trading and investing and aggressive strategy lifestyle, so that you can move on to safer, more passive income sources. This way, you can do the things that you want to do. So if you're looking for more aggressive strategies, I have these videos coming out if you have less than $50,000. But ultimately, if you have over $100,000, these are the strategies for you. I have videos coming up that are going to address double dividend strategies, other strategies that you can use at 100 or 200K to print lots of premium safely. Like I said, if you guys are very interested interested in growing your financial wealth and you want to learn more of these strategies, and you have $100,000 or $200,000 and you want to implement this into your portfolio and you want to learn more, but you're afraid or don't know where to even begin, I would love to help you guys. You can sign up at investorcorey.com right there on the screen. The link's also in the information box below. Many students with $100,000 or $200,000 account, and they are printing 5 to 10% per month. Would you like to make $5,000 or $10,000 a month passively and safely, not even having to trade daily or even weekly, really, other than the 30 minutes? If that's the case, I would love to see you guys. Like I said, you can sign up anytime. If you take it seriously and you're committed to your financial future, I can help you. Full Discord, full training course, and one-on-one coaching. I'm here for you, fam. I take pride and I'm driven every day to help people just like you achieve their dreams and goals.